Hey everyone, so today I am finally filming my highly anticipated question and answer phone sex operator line job. So my day's been a little out of sorts today, which I might get into a little bit later, but I have my laptop to the right of me and I have all the questions that you crazy perverts, just kidding, have asked me. I have quite a lot of questions, so it's going to be a pretty long video. I didn't put them in any specific order, so it's just going to be however it happens. So I'm going to be answering these questions, and I'm going to try to stay as PC as possible, politically correct. Considering the job, not always possible. Like I said, this is, an adult profession, so I'm going to be answering it to the best of my abilities, being PC, but sometimes that's just not possible. So the first question is, like I said, this is completely out of order. So the first question is, what has been the craziest experience you've had during a conversation with a person? I really haven't had a ton of crazy conversations. I think the one that definitely sticks out to me is I had a guy call one time and we were talking for only like a few seconds and he said that he wanted his girlfriend to join. So that was weird because it was kind of like a three-way call and thankfully it only lasted like a few minutes, so I didn't even have to like worry about it, but it was very odd. The next question is, did you get any weird or creepy people calling you that were threatening or made you feel uncomfortable? No, I've never had that. The best part about it is that I can just disconnect whenever I want. So if I do have any creepy people, then I just kind of hang up on them. So it's never been anything that's made me uncomfortable though, because I know what I'm getting into, so I'm not, freaked out or anything. Do you have people call you and they pay by the minute or something different? Yes, it's actually pay by the minute. I set a flat rate, and every performer on this website is allowed to set a flat rate for their line. So it can be anywhere from, I think you have to charge minimum like 80 cents a minute, and you can go like upwards of however much you want. But the average is around anywhere from I think $1.50 to I think $3 or $4 a minute, depending on the person. How much do you get paid? I am not going to answer this question just because it is kind of private. Like I said, I set a flat rate and that's, what happens, and it just depends on how long the call lasts for. If the call lasts for 20 minutes, then you make money. How do your friends and people that you live around feel about it? Well, as you guys know, if you actually, I think that video is on my other channel explaining, like, I don't really have friends right now. Like, my friends and I aren't speaking right now, so there's that. But when I'm referring to Brielle and Lee, they didn't have an issue with it. I mean, I didn't bring it up that often, so it's not like an issue really, and they don't really care. The reason why I'm kind of out of sorts today is because I did just get a roommate today, and you can probably guess how I'm feeling about that. So, that's something that I have to bring up to him. So it's going to be something I have to bring up to him. My other roommates, I think only Andrew knew, and he didn't really care about that. The boy doesn't really care about it either. He's fine with it. I think we haven't really talked about it much. It's kind of a turn on for him, but it's, people really don't care about it. Is it fun? It is actually a lot of fun to be a phone sex operator because you just get to make stuff up, and it's nice that I can literally just get a call. Like right now, if I get a call, I can answer it and do my thing, So for me, it's nice because I can just work from home technically, and I don't even have to worry about it. It's not like a 9-to-5 thing. I can do stuff, while I'm on the phone and whatnot. So yes, it's a lot of fun. What do you talk about? Well, it's a phone sex line, so you usually just talk about sex. And not every person wants to talk about sex, I'll be honest. I think it's roughly like a 50-50 kind of thing where I'll have guys call me and, we'll just talk about, me and, like where I'm from, what I do. They just like to hear me talk to someone. They just want to socialize with someone. And what else? And the other 50%, we talk about sex. How does your family feel about it? Well, I think the only one that knows right now is my mom, and she was, I think, one of the first people that I told, and she's completely supportive of it. She has no problem with it. I think she's just happy that I'm making money, so she supports it. What do you do to pass the time while working? Well, I have my line open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's just pretty much it. So I can do whatever. Like my line's open right now and I'm filming this video. I can go to class. I can be sleeping. It doesn't matter. Like I can always do stuff. And if it's at a point where I can pick up the phone, then I do it. If not, then I just continue my day. Do other people find it degrading? So far I haven't had that. People think that it's degrading. I think more people think of it as, it's something interesting because it's not like an everyday job. So I don't know, maybe some people do, maybe some of you guys do, I don't know. But people in my everyday life, people that I've told, I've actually even told a few professors about it, and they're like, they don't think it's, a bad thing or anything like that. Do you see yourself going further into the sex industry, or is that it? Some call this a gateway drug of sorts. I don't think so. Over the summer I did do some online camera work, and I did that for only like a few weeks, and I really disliked it. And I won't be doing that again. I definitely won't be doing that. I have no interest in getting into porn, or being naked, or any of that stuff. I think this is as far as I'm gonna go, in the sex industry. How did you get into it? And do you have a friend who does it, or did you see it on TV? Actually, I watched a movie back in, I think it was November. It's called For a Good Time Call, and it's one of my all-time favorite movies, and I love it. It's about these two girls who start a phone sex line, and I thought it was such an amazing concept and such a good idea, so I decided to do it, and that's kind of what led me into the world of phone sex. Would you give out your personal cell phone number or get another one? It's through the website, so when a person will call into the website, or say they'll see my page and they'll click call, it'll automatically dial through their phone and call them and be like, you're gonna call this person, and then the website will call my phone. So it's all through the website. So I do use my cell phone, but our number, no one ever gets to see my number, I never get to see their number, so it's completely safe. Do they call you all the time or just certain hours? Well, I have my line open 24 hours, so they can call me at any point. If it says that I'm not online, then they can't call me. So it depends with each actress, I guess you can say. I get calls all time of day. I don't know if that's another question, but I'll answer it now anyway. I get calls at different points of the day. I've gotten calls in the morning, I've gotten calls in the afternoon, night, it doesn't matter. Recently, I keep my phone on when I'm asleep, just because, a lot of people call during that time, and last night I actually got 2 calls, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, I'll be honest with you, because, you literally have to wake up, and not just wake up and talk on the phone, you need to wake up, get on the phone and sound sexy, all within maybe 10 seconds. Dead asleep, REM cycle sleep, and just wake up and just do it. And I'm very good at it, but it's definitely draining after a while. What is the age range of your callers? Well, I pretty much have a really large age range. Well, not huge, but I guess the youngest I've had, I think, was 25, and the oldest has been, I think, 38, I think. Are any of them married? Yes. More often than not, I do talk to a lot of married men. I don't know what else to say. They're married, they call me. I am just there for the money, so I talk to them. If they feel like they're cheating on their wives. If not, then, that's up to them. That's not me. Do you get off or orgasm when they get off / orgasm? Yes and no. And the only reason the way I can answer this is, yes, I do get off, because orgasm. The only way I orgasm is, you're on the phone, and when it comes time to orgasm, you orgasm. You orgasm verbally. However, no, I never have gotten off. Phone sex doesn't turn me on or anything. I don't orgasm to it, my actual body. No, I just do it verbally. Do people actually orgasm in your ear? Yes, I do have people orgasm in my ear quite frequently. Yep. How long do the calls last? Well, it just depends on the person. It depends on the call. The shortest I think I've had was only like a minute or 2. And I've had calls upwards of 20 or 30 minutes. So, one of the things I will notice is that sometimes, if people aren't feeling it, or if they're not attracted to your voice or anything, or, they can't orgasmed, they'll just hang up. And it's kind of I'll literally just be talking, and this isn't just me, it's anyone, you can just be talking and then just hang up. And it's okay, cool, it's rejection, and it feels the exact same way if anyone else hung up on the phone on you, just letting you know. How long do the calls last? I think I just answered that, and, oh wait, yeah, that was one I just answered. How many calls do you get a day? It depends. I've had days where I get 0 calls. I've had days where I get 5 or more calls. Are your callers men and women? Mostly I get men. I've only ever spoken to men. However, that one time when that guy wanted his girlfriend to come online, then I did speak to her. Do you have repeat customers / callers? Yes, I do. It's definitely something that you have to build, building your clientele and everything. When I started back in, I think I started like January. Yeah, January. I didn't make a lot of money because I was so new to the site and I didn't know anyone and no one had called me. So it takes time to build up your clientele, and the more people you talk to, the more people who orgasm and enjoy talking to you, they call you again. So I have regulars who call me a few times a week. Excuse me. And I have regulars who call every day. It depends. But yes, I do have repeat customers. Isn't it awkward? That's the next question. Isn't it awkward? I think at first it was, and my biggest issue was like, okay, Jesse, you're gonna need to pick up the phone at some point and just do this. If you're gonna be a phone sex operator, you gotta just pick up the phone and do it. So it was a little hard to get into for me. However, now it's not awkward. I know it can be so awkward for some people to call and be like, I want to have phone sex with you. And so what I do is I like to just kind of start off like easy questions, like what's your name? Like I'll say his name, I say my alias because I don't go by my legal name. I'll say age, I'll say, are you married? Where are you from? Just to kind of like get stuff out of the way and make conversation. Plus it adds time, so more time equals more money. And then, you get into sex, you just, be as detailed as possible, do what they want. Do the callers know that you are transgendered? Yes. The particular site that I work for includes men, women, and transsexuals, so they do know that I am transsexual. And as much as I don't like to play into the fetish, I understand it's for money, that's why I do it. And aside from a guy last night who told me he liked nylons, I have never had anyone be like, I want you to come over in like bra and panties and stuff, which I hate. If you guys have seen that video that I made last year, I hate it. But yeah, aside from that, I actually haven't had any of that, so it's been like a pleasant experience. Does each caller ask for something specific / different? Sometimes they do, but a lot of the callers that I have, it's pretty similar. Start with kissing, and then it goes into oral sex, and then it goes into intercourse. So that's kind of how I have created my line and my storyline and everything. So if they, they want to talk about sex, they don't give me anything specific, and then that's kind of just how I work into it. And if they want to hurry it up, then, it can last like a few minutes, or I can drag it out and be very detailed, and it lasts, quite a few minutes longer than that. Does it turn you on when you have phone sex? No, never has, probably never will, because it just, for me right now, it's, I do it for the money, plain and simple. Money, 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 Why do you do phone sex? This question, actually, I really haven't thought about, but I haven't, I guess. I think the reason I do it is because I have a very good sex life. I mean, I'll be honest, the guy that I'm with right now, we have amazing sex, and I think sex is something that should be celebrated, and everyone should feel good about sex when they're having sex. And if I can help someone, just feel good about themselves, or, have good sex or something, whether it's phone sex or not, just those few minutes out of the day can really help someone. Granted, I would prefer if it wasn't someone who was married or anything like that, but that's just part of the industry that happens. So I think the reason I do it is because, well, first off, the money. That's definitely why I started doing it, is the money. But also, I think I do it because, I want people to be happy with themselves sexually. So I see it from different sides, I guess. All right, so those are all the questions for my phone sex line question and answer video, I guess. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comment section, or you can message me. I don't really care, either one. Hopefully this answered all of your questions about it. I tried to be as PC as possible. I think I did a pretty good job. So this video has been so long, so if you've made it this long, thank you for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.